Good morning, students. Now, as you already know that we are doing with this chapter inheritance, that is chapter 12, and last day we have already discussed few of the things in inheritance. Now today I will start with method overloading and hiding member variables. Though it is already discussed in the previous video, but to understand the other concepts you need this concept. So this is, you can think that this is a simple recap. Now it may happen that the subclass uses the same name for variables and methods as in the superclass. So what will happen then? That methods are overridden and variables are hidden. What does that mean from that? That means if you try to use the method or variable without explicitly specifying its parent class name, then the subclass member is only used and invoked. The parent's name is not used. Okay. Here is an example to understand this thing. That is class 1. It is using one variable and one method. Now see, in class 2 I am using the same variable name and the same method name. See, class 2 extends 1, so it is inherited. Okay. Now in class 2, in this method, other method, I am just giving some value to this value variable, that is 25 I am giving, and I am calling that display method. So what will happen? See, it will give the output as this one, because class 2 has overwritten the inherited method display of class 1. Okay, and class 2 has hidden the inherited data member value. Okay. Now referring to the overridden method, you can still refer to the method of the superclass by using the keyword super. That means if you want to use the method in the superclass, then you can also do that thing. How? By using the keyword super. Now super dot overridden method refers to the method as it is defined in the superclass. So the above code fragment, we can change the my method like this. Okay, if I am just writing the my method here, see, value equal to super dot display I am using. Then it is using I am a member of class 1. Here it is giving I am a member of class 2. Here it is giving I am a member of class 1. See, this is the difference. Next, in the same way, a derived class can execute superclass constructor by invoking super, but you should remember that this should be the first statement. Next, referring to hidden variables. Now how can we refer to hidden variables? Same thing, using the super keyword dot hidden variable name. So if I want to refer to the value variable in class 1, then I should write super dot value equals to 25. Now the class 1 variable will be referred. See here, we already know that final makes a variable constant. Now if I declare final in front of any variable or any method, that cannot be overridden. Okay, or if I declare final before any class, that class cannot be extended. So this is an example for you. You can see from there, that is public class final test A. Now here see, the variable and the method is declared as final. Now when in B I am writing this final integer, okay, this one, and here I am trying to using final method, this one. So this time they were giving some error, okay, but public void final method A, this is legal because this is overloading. Understood? Now see here, if I declare the class as final and I try to extend the class, that time also it will give a illegal message or error message. That means it cannot be used. Next thing, see this example. This will illustrate the concept of a hidden member variable and an overridden method. Now the name of the class here is superclass I have given, and I have written in the variable as id of superclass and use that method identify, that is, this is identify of superclass. Here I use subclass that extends superclass, and I used id of superclass, means id of subclass and identify of subclass. Now when I am calling this, printing id and calling identify, so it will print first, it will print the values in the subclass. Then when I am calling using the super keyword like before, that time it is just means referring to the methods and variables in superclass. I think that much is clear now. Next, you can see one more example here that implement following class hierarchy: dimension, square, rectangle, triangle. So the dimension is the main class and I am inheriting the class square, rectangle, triangle. Okay. Now see here, the dimension class is there. Here I have inherited once the square, rectangle and then the triangle. I think it is in the next page. Now what I am calling? I am calling the super, then calling read side. Read side, what is that? It is just reading the number of sides. Now it will be better if you see that example from book, because in the book you can see all the pages side by side, and that will make you much more clear and you can understand why this type of output is coming. Okay, now let's talk some important points about overriding. Overriding, a superclass cannot override methods that is final. Okay, because the final are constant, you already know. A superclass must override method that are declared abstract in the superclass. That means subclass must override methods that are declared abstract in the superclass. That means if I declare any method final, that cannot be overridden, and if I declare any method as abstract, that must be overridden. Okay, same thing for the variable. Now here are few of the things that whatever we read, some question answers were given based on that, so you follow this question answer. I think that portion will be easy for you to understand now. So happy puja for you. Thank you for now.